Kamangunenyu ale imite komye eng olda tugul ole mitei ako atochin eng logoiwekab emet kong'ete Kass TV nesomonun kwane Bernard Tanoe. Kakokoito somet Speaker nebo National Assembly Moses Wetangula koityi kandoikab emoni kometo chubetabgei ak kwamda kalyet asimabit kaimutik alak tugul eng emet. Kong'ololi eng sautikab Jumapili eng kanisetab Holy Trinity Cathedral eng Kandui, Bungoma County, komwa Wetangula kole magat eng kandoik koibchi komonut kalyet ak kibagenge akoistoegei kit age tugul neimuchi koib toiyet eng emet. Kasom Wetangula kanisosiek kosochi emoni eng kasari tesetai kowendi barak matab bolotet eng emet.
Nchi yetu imekuwa na changamoto na Father amesema tuombee amani, kwa sababu amani haina alternative in life. Tuombee amani, nchi yetu iwe na amani, tuheshimiane. Hata wale viongozi wenye wanaingia upinzani tunawaambia wapunguze lugha chafu na lugha ya matusi. We can disagree but with respect. We can compete, but with respect. The fact that I'm competing with you does not make you a bad person. We can all be good people trying to do the same thing differently. Na hiyo ndio tunaomba viongozi wa kisiasa. Hao watu tunaguza wanaangalia vile tuna behave kama viongozi. Kama sisi tunatusianana hadharani maneno chafu, maneno ambayo haistahili kutamkwa na mtu mzima, we are teaching our children bad manners and we must change. So tuombee viongozi, hata wale wanataka kuwa viongozi wa nchi. Leta sera zenu. Usiwe tu ukisimama unauliza wewe unataka kufanyia nini Kenya kasongo? Wewe unataka kufanyia nini Kenya one term? Wewe unataka kufanyia nini Kenya Ruto must go? That is not a policy. The policy is what you want to do differently from whoever is there is doing. Ndio watu waseme kama wewe alifanya hii vizuri, huyu ataweza kufanya vizuri zaidi. Na waomba wananchi pia mjiandikishe katika mfumo wa SHA wa matibabu. Ulipoanza watu walikuwa wanasema maneno mengi sana. Mimi kama spika, kwa sababu ya mshahara yangu ninalipa kila mwezi shilingi 47,800. Huyu mbunge wenu analipa shilingi 32,000 kila mwezi. Lakini mimi na yeye tukiwa wagonjwa tuko na insurance ya bunge ambayo inatutibu. So hiyo pesa tunalipa yote kila mwezi ni ya kusaidia wewe wananchi ambaye hauko kwa mshahara kubwa na bima ingine kama sisi.
Ketesetai ko eng kasarta netetat kobwat neranikab Gen Z eng kosomok kasi wikini neranik chekibet sobonwek eng kambakoshekab Gen Z chekikiyai eng tarik 25 arawetab 6 kenyitab 2024 ko kakosom toretindetab President Farouk Kibet neranik chetete koyai kambaket eng betunotok koyai kambaket nebo kalyet asimakibet sobonwek koboto malik alak tugul. Kaitechi kora Farouk kandoik komat koboisie neranik kowech kalyet akoib asenet eng kambakoshechoto bo tarik 25 arawani asimabit kaimutik eng emet. Ngenyoru report notok kobun sirindenyo eng taonitab Eldoret, Isaac Kogei.
Kong'ololi eng kanisetab AIC Ngenyilel nemite eng Tarbo County noto nebo Uasin Gishu, komwa toretindetab President Farouk Kibet kole nyolu kobit kalyet ak amdaetab logoiwek chemiachen chemaibu pcheetab biikab emet.
Amani ndio nguzo. Tunataka jamii zote ziishi kwa amani. Yule mkabila mkubwa ambaye ameishi Kenya, tunamwambia shetani afanye namna gani? Kwa sababu mtu yeyote ambaye anatenganisha jamii, anapiganisha jamii, Kenya saa hii hatuna naye nafasi.
Nerekin Farouk kandoikab upinzani chemwoe kole tesetai kopchei biikab emet kobun ng'alalutik chotok chebo bororiondit nesome ine biik tugul matkoepchi it kandoichotok indochin nekirupeyotab president Rigathi Gachagua.
Taifa inajengwa na amani, inajengwa na viongozi. Wale walifukuzwa juzi kwa serikali, sasa mimi nashangaa ni nini? You misuse your time. Ulipewa nafasi kwa misuse. Na wewe wakati tulikuwa tunaamini wewe naibu wa rais, wewe ulikuwa unapanga mambo ambayo sio sawa. Wewe ulikuwa unapanga nyimbo za Kazungu. Wewe ulikuwa unapanga nyimbo ya one time. Wewe ulikuwa tunafikiri wewe unasaidia hao wakulima. Swali nauliza nyinyi watu hapa. Mlimuwahi kumwona yule mkabila hapa? Mlimuwahi kumwona hata kutujengea toilet ya semi permanent? Mlimuona hapa? Semi permanent hata tukatai ni kuchimba shimo na miti na udongo Mungu ametupa. Nyinyi watu ya nyumbani mliona yeye hapa? Sasa anapanga hii mambo yote one time. Yeye ni mwenyewe ni nusu kwota ya tamu. Yeye mwenyewe anafaa suit combo. Kwa nguo yake tumetafuta fundi Kenya hapa yote tumekosa. Hata hapa ngine nimeuliza wajitokeze wanasema hawezi kupima size yake ni mbaya sana.
Some ine kobit tilyanit nemie eng kwenutab biikab emet ak ofisaekab ripsetab kalyet.
Sisi tunashukuru sana uhusiano ya polisi. Polisi wanafanya kazi nzuri. Lakini hatutaki polisi ambayo wanafanya kuwa wananchi kiolela. Nataka polisi wachunge wananchi. Na wananchi waheshimu sheria. There is no way our police wetu wanafanya kazi nzuri. And we will not condemn police kwa kuchunga mali yetu. Ile polisi wanafanya tutaki wapige wananchi bila hatia. Lakini wale wako na hatia wachukuliwe hatua. Hatua sio kuua. Lakini wale pia ambaye tunataka ushirikiano kati ya polisi na wananchi iwe ndio msimamo na ngazi ya kuheshimu sheria. Polisi heshimu sheria, mwananchi heshimu sheria. Wewe ukiambiwa hapo umepita mpaka, usikize yale polisi wanasema.
Kates komwa ine kole nyolu kosich tokchinet neranikab emoni itete koba koyai kambakoshekwak kosuldae eng kalyet ama koib wechetab kalyet ak ng'emetab malikab boror.
Watu ya sehemu hii wale wanapanga maandamano, tuwaambie shetani afanye nini? Mnapanga maandamano na makusudi. Kama mlidai kwamba kuna watu walihusika mambo ya kuua yule kijana, sisi wote tunakemea hiyo. Lakini pia tunakemea maandamano ya mauaji na kuharibu mali ya wananchi. Ni sawa si sawa? Sisi tunataka amani, amani idumu Kenya. Tunataka mambo ambayo inasaidia Kenya.
Kong'etegei taunetab Eldoret eng county nebo Uasin Gishu, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kadenyu ko Isaac Kogei.
Kong'ete taonitab Eldoret kebendi akoi taonitab Iten eng Elgeyo Marakwet ole kakokoito notice nebo betusiek 30 biik chebo ortinwekab Chebaror, Irong, Keu ak Setek clans eng Elgeyo Marakwet koityi kibengetab tiong'ik nebo Kenya Wildlife Service KWS koisto tombesik anan camels chemiten mbugetab Rimoi Game Reserve anan koib ichek kakwautiet nebo koisto tiong'ik chotok kondochin nebo ng'echeret eng ortinwek anan clans chotok John Lagat ak Daniel Chesire komwa bichotok kole angot kobek betusiek chotok 30 amamwa KWS biikab kobo tombesi chotok kobendi koistoi tiong'ik chotok eng kimnotet amu manyolu komi mbuganat nebo Rimoi Game Reserve. Kokinyoru report notok kobun sirindenyo eng kebeberta nebo Iten Timothy Kiblimo.
Kanam tuyet en kasarta nebo saisiek chesire 4 boisiechoto bo ortinwek 4 chetinye mbarenik en kaptiong'in nebo Rimoi chebo oretab Chebaror, Irong, Keu ak Setek ole katel ichek eng tuget agenge kole bendi koibe kakwautiet nebo komanda tambesik chekamwa kole kribe kaptiong'in nebo Rimoi akot en kasarta nekamwa kole kiipchin ichek kerkong'et neng'wan kasarta nekachut kiagikwak kaptiong'in noto. Kini kamach afisaek chetonondochin ripsetab tiong'ik tyong'ikab timin chebo KWS kong'ong'chi ichek kole bo ng'o tambisichoto ako amune asikeribe kaptiong'inoto.
Tumeongea na watu ya KWS, wanasema viongozi wenu wanajua hawa ngamia ni ya nani, na tumefanya upelelezi, tumejua ni ya mtu mkubwa kwa hii serikali ya Kenya. So uamuzi yetu kufikia mwezi wa 8 tutaingia kwa hiyo game reserve, tutoe hiyo wanyama ndio tujue mwenyewe ni nani.
When the livestock of members of KO, this community before you, when the animals stray into the farm, they are charged heavily. Yet they are the owners of this land. This one is community land. These are issues which we want to be addressed today.
Kama mang'ichoto kole kikwam suswek en kaptiong'inoto tambisichoto akoit kobit terchinet en kwenung'wai ak tiong'ikab timin en komosatak. Ole kanerekchi ichek kit nekamwa kole tomo konyor kakaranet en imbarenikwak chekikoito koek kaptiong'in ak kounoto komanyolu kobun ichek kaimutik mising ko cheireu tiong'ikab timin.
Watu wetu wa serikali hawakufanya vizuri. What I can just say for our government officers, they must be impartial. They must be honest. They should have integrity in doing all this. If there is no integrity, then a lot of conflicts will be created amongst us, which is very wrong.
Now, the neighboring members of that national game reserve, the residents of that area, they are no longer living in their houses. Wanalala inje. Just to give vigil because the marauding elephants come to destroy their farms. There's one of our members whose farm has totally been destroyed. And that was one of the items in our petition when we went to Parliament. And as I talked to you, up to now, they gave their complaint and they have not been compensated to date. So these are issues we want to be addressed.
Akot kounoto kokamwa afisaek chebo KWS en county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet kole kaimutiet nebo kaptiong'in nebo Rimoi ko amu mamite ng'otwet ak kounoto kochute kiagik ak komong'u tiong'ikab timin. Kini kamwa kole nyolu keib kakwautiet nebo keng'ot ng'otwet kokeny asikoit let kaimutyonoto. Kong'ete county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass TV, kanenyu ko Timothy Kiplimo.
Tesetai kwendi barak konyoisetab muguleldo eng sipitalitab boror nebo MTRH Eldoret ole koisuldae sipitalinata operation nebo muguleldo nenaat ko cath lab surgery eng biik lo koboisien musoknotetab kasari. Koisuldae operation inotok MTRH kotoretigei ak sipitalit noton nebo Kakan University Hospital ole kosubkei ak CEO nebo MTRH Dr. Philip Kirwa koibe kasarta nenwach eng sonoto ole makiyote muguleldo. Ko iarorwech logoiwechoto sirindenyo eng taonitab Eldoret Isaac Kogei.
Kosubkei ak CEO nebo sipitalitab Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital Dr. Philip Kirwa kokaisuldae eng oret nemie engset noto nebo muguleldo anan cardiac surgery nekoyochi biik lo kobun kanyoikab sipitalit noto kotoretigei ak sipitalitab Aga Khan.
So far we've done at least 6 and they are continuing to do them. The procedures are called percutaneous coronary interventions. They do something called angiography and then angioplasty. These are patients who ordinarily in our common language we say they get heart attacks because of the narrowing of the vessels to the heart. Patients present with pain in the chest, mainly on the left, on the shoulder and the left arm. So this camp is essentially treating patients who are in the progress or in the process of getting heart attacks because of the narrowings of the coronary vessels or the vessels supplying the heart. And what the team have been doing is first to diagnose by putting in a dye through a process where they do open the vessels from the inguinal area or at the groin, put a wire all through to the heart and put a wire to the vessels in the heart and then inject dyes and look at the heart and see how they look like, and then followed by those who require to have stents or to be opened, then they are placed inside there.
Kama Dr. Kirwa kole nito ko makasarta netai kosuldae engset nunotok ole tinye kamugetab kwachi surgery biik tugul chetinye kaimutietab kabuset, kanyumnyumetab korotik kosub tigitik eng oret noto nenyumnyum.
So this is a very common problem. knowing that we live in an era where many patients are sedentary. We have a lot of patients with hypertension, patients with diabetes, obesity, among others, and heart problems are increasing. You only require just a few hours to be able to survive. You can only save that patient if we intervene within the first 2 hours. Beyond that, the likelihood of death is very high. And I'm sure you've had the many patients who have sudden deaths. Somebody just collapsing, and you hear that when they do a postmortem, you are told they got a heart attack. So this is part of the intervention that government has done to save patients by treating and managing heart attacks without opening their hearts.
Kosubkei ak kanyoik Dr. Felix Barasa, Joan Kieng ak Dr. Etienne Mendes kobun Akagan ko isuldoe eng sonoto kobun boisietab mashinishek cheititootin eng sipitalitab Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital.
The machine has many other capabilities, but for this particular camp, we are addressing only diseases of the coronary disease. And the patients we have selected so far, we have patients who have had several heart attacks, or 1 or 2 in the past. And because we didn't have this capability, we were not able to open up their vessels, so they were managed what we call conservatively. But some of them remain symptomatic. Another group of patients are those who have not had an event like a heart attack, but they are symptomatic in terms of coronary symptoms. So those ones were the patient population that I've selected, and they have actually benefited from these procedures.
Basically, what we've been doing, just to summarize, is looking at the coronaries this week in this camp together with the Aga Khan team. And personally, I've participated in some of these procedures, and the Aga Khan team have been a very good mentor to us, and we've been able to do some of the procedures ourselves through their assistance.
Tokchingei icheket koityi biik chechang chemokyingei toretet neu notok, kit noton nenyolu kosirgei biik tugul eng tuget noton nebo SHA.
First thing first, I really want to thank the collaboration that we're building between the two institutions. It's very timely, and particularly because we've indeed acquired this technology. It's a technology that has existed in many other countries for many years, and it's helped millions of patients.
Kong'eteke taunetab Eldoret eng county nebo Uasin Gishu, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Isaac Kogei.
Ngeba akoi county noton nebo Kericho ole kanyor keljin membaek chebo kanisetab Free Pentecostal Fellowship of Kenya duka moja eng Kericho town koboto biikab emet kobun amdaet ak chikiletab konyoiset nekoikoito sipitalitab Equity Afya eng kiwanjetab kanisa nata kosubkei ak notok kokisom biikab emet konai chametabgei nebo borto kobun chikiletabgei eng kotugul akocheng konyoiset angot kenyorchi miondo age tugul kou eng report nekinyoru kobun sirindenyo eng taonitab Kericho Robert Siele.
Kong'ololjin sirikab logoiwek en kanisetab Free Pentecostal Fellowship of Kenya FPFK nebo duka moja en taonitab Kericho, komwa Reverend Gideon Yego nebo kanisanoton kole bo kamanut chametabgei nebo borto en biikab emet taban nebo tamirmiriet.
Kiyoni kele sobetab chi koma kebeberta agenge nebo tamirmiriet inegen, ako sobetab chi ko bara ako yoche kerib kebeberwek choton tugul asikobit kokimit chito akotoisi boisiet kora nebo Jehova. Kemwoi kongoi en tetutik chekikitindoi koki kanisa kokikakiitige ak Afya Equity asinyokotoretech kora kong'ololwech akobo ng'alekab health ana afya asikong'ololchi membaekab kanisa ak community around en yubo duka moja ko noton boisiet nekakitindoi raini koki kanisa.
Kamiten kanisanoton en kibagenge ak ketisietab konyoiset nebo Equity Afya nekoyochi membaekab kanisa chikilisietab konyoiset nemakiliponi ak katigonetab konyoiset koboto kasuldaetab kanetisietab chametabgei nebo kabwatutik anan mental health.
Kimoche kemwochin kastoik kelenjin kou yekiyoni en kanisa kele initindoi afya nemie ko mogornotet neo, lakini tomo keker kele mogornotet neo ketindoi afya ako yoche kerib amun noton mogornotenyon neo. Kemoche biik kowelel kabwatutikwak ak koker ng'alekab afya konai kole initindoi kalyet anan chametab borto ko itindoi borotet neo.
Kosubkei ak William Lumbasi kobun Equity Afya korutechin biikab emet en komoswek cheterter chemiten icheket asikonet ko oret agenge nebo kekirinda mionwogik.
The most important thing, we are encouraging the community to come out so that they can learn a lot about nutrition challenges that they normally get at their various points. And as Equity Afya, our work is just to meet the community wherever they are. That is why today we are here. Another day we will be somewhere else. We have been going round.
Kamwa kanyaindet Leonard Korir membetab kanisanatan kole miten mionwogik cheu nebo sikaruk chekimuche keboy angenyor en kasarta nenyolu.
Tumeweza kujua kwamba there is a rising cases of diabetes and even hypertension, non-communicable diseases which is rampant within our society, within our community. So as a church, we are not the only beneficiaries today from Equity Afya, but even our neighbors. We know that there are so many things that are going on within the community that are concerning health. And health is very expensive, as all of us are aware of. The government is trying to do its own best, but it is still not enough. Under SHA nowadays, there is still a lot of gaps that needs to be filled. And that's why we, as a Free Pentecostal Fellowship in Kenya, we are requesting also more partners to come in and help us also to reach out to vulnerable community who are in need of health.
En kasaratan komwa Roda Yegon agenge en membeekab kanisanatan po FPFK duka moja kole kabunchi kamanut kanetisiet ak chikilisiet nekanyor icheket en betutab raini.
Having Equity Afya coming to give us awareness of our health and especially teaching us on our nutrition and what we should do. Personally, I've learned a lot. Nimejifunza mengi sana kama mama na kama mwalimu pia. Nimejifunza kwamba chakula inatusaidia kwa kiwango kikubwa ili yani our health to be strong so that we may remain healthy.
Kong'eten kaunti nebo Kericho, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Robert Siele.
Eng kasarta netetat kobwa gaa lagok eng kamung'etab AFTAM kong'ete Jumatatu wikini ko kakocher director nebo somanet eng sub-county nebo Narok South Stephen Sentero sigik koker kole karib akotikon lagok asimoityi koimutik alak tugul. Kamwa Sentero kole makat kowek lagok tugul sukul yeibata AFTAM akonoto ko makat koibchi komonut sigik ripsetab lagok eng gaa. Kongenyoru report notok kobun sirindet eng kebeberta nebo Narok Nicholas Rono.
Kakocher sub-county director nebo somanet en sub-county nebo Narok South Stephen Sentero sigik en sub-county nebo Narok Kamalo koker kole koikochi ripset nemie lagokwak en maketab keistoegei nemetoi lagok sukul. Kong'ololi sub-county director nebo somanet en sub-county nebo Narok South en sukulitab Seaward Secondary School en tuyet nebo kawektaetab kongoi en walutik chebo KCSE chebo kenyit konye kosubkei ak nekiyai komie kipsomaninik en tiemutik choton. Komwa ine kole nyolunot en sigik koker kole koikochi ripset nemie lagokwak en maketab keistoegei yautik cheweche bandab tai nebo somanet.
Wazazi mshirikiane na wao, mufanya kazi kwa pamoja na bila shaka shule itaweza kuendelea. Kwa hivyo wazazi tunawapenda kwa sababu kama sio nyinyi hata hatungekuwa na shule inaitwa Seaward na hatungekuwa na kikao hiki na hata mimi singeitwa Sub County Director of Education, but I have that name because of your children and that's why we really value you. Na naomba walimu wote muheshimu wazazi, mshirikiane na wao. Wale ambao hawajiwezi wakija kujieleza, give them a chance and give them a hearing so that we can have everybody on board.
Kusipke ak Sentero ko tindo kelchin neo somanet ako unoton ko makat en sigik koityi komonut somanet akoker kole kaba sukul lagok tugul. En komostanyin komwa principal nebo Seaward Secondary School kole rarunotin konetik en sukulinoton bo Seaward ak imuche noton kowech somanet. Ole kosom serikali kotoret kochutyi akosir konetik ak imuch kiyokto koba sukulinoton.
Sisi tunang'ang'ana, tuko na walimu wa board, walimu wa serikali ninasema tu 4. Tulikuwa wengi, tulikuwa 7, lakini wamepewa uhamisho bila replacement. Yani kupewa uhamisho bila replacement. So tuko na walimu tu 4 wa serikali. Ukiona wengine tunaachiri, shule inaachiri walimu 10 na ngapi? 12 ambao ni misiko kubwa kwa shule hii. So tunaomba serikali iweze kutuangalia kwa maneno ya walimu.
Logoiwekab emet chebo Kass International kong'eten Seaworth Secondary School nemiten en county nebo Narok. Kainenyun ko Nicholas Rono.
Eng kasarata kokakokoito kurset minista nebo somanet Migos Ogamba koityi sigik, konetik ak stakeholders alak chebo somanet koker kole kaiguiyo akobo lewenetab pathways eng kipsomaninik chechute grade 10 eng kenyit nenyone, kong'ololi eng sukulitab Ole Tipis Girls eng Narok County eng igortab kokoitoetab kununoik eng kipsomaninik chekiyai komie eng KCSE chebo kenyit konye. Komwa Ogamba kole tesetai eng nguno lewenetab pathways ak sukulishek eng kipsomaninik chechute grade 10 ak kunoto konyolu konyor naet neyome sigik koboto kipsomaninik ak konetik kotinygei ak lewenishonoto. Eng kasarata komwa Ogamba kole wendi serikali koliponi rabinik chebo tiemutik chebo kipsomaninikab emoni choto yoe tiemutik eng kenyini ak kunoto komanyolu kosich kaiweisiet sigik.
The issue of grade 9 choosing their pathways and choosing the schools is ongoing, and we'll be having a pilot on the transition so that by the time we are doing the exams next term when they come, would have dealt with all the issues that would have found out from the piloting that needs to be sorted out. So that preparation has been done and we are quite ready to do the transition. But as I said, and as I've always said, whatever challenge that we would face as a government, we would be prepared to solve that challenge. What I can assure you, just like I assured you last year when I told you grade 8 students will transition to grade 9 and everybody will be in class in January 2025. I'm assuring you that the students will be in grade 10 in 2026. Whatever the challenge that will be there, we'll deal with it because that is what a government does. You are aware, this administration has so far employed 76,000 teachers, and we are set to employ another 24,000 to be in class by 2026 January, and the balance of 16,000 will be employed by 2027, as we had promised in our manifesto that we are going to employ 116,000 teachers. We've also done a lot in the area of ensuring that the infrastructure is available. This administration again has so far built 23,000 classrooms, and this year in the budget we provided for 1,650 labs, and these labs will be built in schools that require them where there has never been a lab, so that we can treat our students fairly across the country in order for them to have access to have that quality education as provided for in the Constitution. So we just came to just ensure that people are aware that as a government and in this sector we are ensuring or working very hard to ensure that our children benefit from the resources that we have as a government. And in the budget of 2025-26, we were provided with 28% of the budget, a total of 701 billion of the 4.2 trillion budget that was passed. So we are doing everything possible in the sector to ensure that the issues that are there are being resolved one at a time. Okay, we want to assure parents that for 2025 and going forward, the exams will be paid for by the government, so no parent is going to be asked to pay for any. The money has been provided for, so that issue that was there has been resolved. The exams will be paid for by the government. No parent will be required to pay any exam fee. Children are going now on half-term, starting this weekend, and we wish them a good rest during this time. We urge the parents to provide an environment that is conducive at home so that the students are not distracted, and when they come back we continue providing the support and the lessons that we are doing.
Kiwangune logoiwek chok county nebo Nakuru ole tindoi kamang'unet director nebo neranik anan youth development eng kibengeitab labatet nebo Athletics Kenya AK Barnabas Korir kole bendi koyoe komie neranik chekokilewen koba emetab Nigeria eng kabiletabgei nebo urerietab Africa Championships chebo under 20 ak under 18 kong'ololi eng Nakuru kowekchi kongoi Korir sukulishek koboto clubs chekokotestai koibchi komonut kanabtaet nebo talents chebo neranik kou eng report nekinyoru kobun sirindenyo eng taonit nebo Nakuru Sylvester Rono.
Tindoi kamang'unet director nebo neranik anan youth development en kibagengeitab Athletics Kenya Barnabas Korir en team Kenya nebo neranik nekokilewen kwa emetab Nigeria en kabiletab kei nebo African Championship kole bendi koyoe komie neranichoton. Kong'ololi en taonitab Nakuru kokebata lewenetab neranichoton bo kenyisiek 20 akonyo ng'weny anan under 20 ak chebo kenyisiek 18 akonyo ng'weny anan under 18 kowekyi kongoi Korir kilabisiek mising ko chekakotestai kokushi kong neranik en kanetisietab rwoik.
Miten klabisiek chechang chemi South Rift chekikwai komie. Mi ako nebo Faith Cheroti chero nebo labatita nebunu kalyet, komi toto nebo Lemotit kokimondoi Beatrice Chebet yundo kora ak rwoik alak. Komi kora nebo nemi Eldoret nebo nabo Kipchoge, komi nemiten chang chemiten iten kochoto chekikotoi kobor kole uyen kot kotestai labatanitak ak kecheng klabisiek chekimonitoni ak keribe komie ak konyor support kora kong'ete serikali kebuilden the stadium infrastructure chemuch koboisie rwoik. Koyoto kebuildene an industry nebo sports ko ketesetai kora keorganisani events koyoto much kobitune nafas nebo rwoik chetomengechen komandae ku Kipkeno Classic ku Sirikwa cross country ku national championship chekindoi nguno kobit an industry a continuous cycle nemelenge kityo safari moja lakini continuity ak build something neingen kele at every level ngoen kole ngoe masoezi achini yu kile ngoe kuni atarini kutau kenindo
taban nebo non kosom Korir sukulishek mising ko chebo barak kotai neranik cherwoe kobun sponsorship asi keter alak en neranik chebendi emotinwekab sang kobun somanet ak en let kowal ichek emotinwek ak kobunchi emonoton kometo emetab Kenya nekisiche
taune primary schools ko secondary schools ako from there nguno kecheng pathway koba lagochu universities kityeme kora Athletics Kenya keng'etin kihakikishan kele kabit scholarship in Kenya universities asingomalanda koba America anan koba emotinwek cheterterchin koba in Kenya universities korwai akotoi kobuilden kobun ng'alekab somanet ak kobun kora labatet kebuilden an overall person neingen kole ngonyor akot kawinen samane komuch komanagengei ko expand the knowledge so kikure noto transformation nebo athletics kemeche kechange the mindset nebo chitugul marwai ichegei chebo biik kyok koker tai akonai kole value nebo labatet kone
taban nebo non ko alak en neranik chekokilewen kokaiboru boiboiyet akoyomis ichek kole akoi koipchi emoni mindiloshek
kuchukua wale wakaanza Sirikwa Iten Olkala National. Natarajia sasa kuja track, natarajia niweze niende kimbia vizuri kwa Algeria, nilete Kenya gold.
Kong'eten kaunti nebo Nakuru logoiwekab urerioshek chebo Kass kainenyun ko Sylvester Rono.
Konoto ko report nebo Sylvester Rono eng county nebo Nakuru nekakoitech let eng logoiwekab emet chekaitun eng nguni kong'ete Kass TV. Kainenyu ko Bernard Tanoi amagon kit age tugul nemie testai iker Kass TV amu kimnotet naet.